Hey you guys, welcome to our Denver unboxing video. We just got back from Denver 3 days ago. Half the crystals are here because they came with me on the plane in my suitcase, and the other half have actually already arrived except for one box. So it's a perfect time to film. We have a sunny day. Let's jump in and look at the amazing crystals that I picked out in Denver for you guys. Also, if you haven't checked out the Denver vlogs, they are live on my channel right now. If you want to see the behind the scenes of me picking these crystals out, definitely go and check that out. This first vendor here is a Peruvian vendor. I hope everything arrived safely and didn't break. As you guys know, I love my Peruvian vendors. So this is everything I got from this one vendor. This vendor is also in Tucson, and they're one of the only ones who have the chrysocolla and tourmaline, so I will be showing you those pieces. But since these were already opened, I picked out 2 of these beautiful druzy pyrite spheres. These will be fairly affordable for how big they are, but I love these little polished spheres. She only had 1 pyrite palm stone, so I snagged it. And these are from Peru, obviously, but that is the palm stone. She only had 1, so I just got the 1. There is some very pricey pieces in here as well. So let's just see what we got. So starting off with this piece, this may just look like your average pyrite, but it is not. It is actually a rainbow pyrite from Peru. I only got 2 of these specimens. All of the other Peruvian vendors had super large ones. So this was the only vendor who had minis of the rainbow. You can see the rainbow pyrite right there. Super gorgeous piece. There's a little bit of quartz on here as well. Really, really fun. These are collector's pieces. And Peru is known for their pyrite. Next up, I was able to find these again, you guys, is the chrysocolla and tourmaline wands. Now, these are very limited supply. I talked to her. I was able to get these in Tucson, and I was only able to get, I think, 5. Now, she only made about 10 this time, so I grabbed every single piece that she had left. She said she only does a small run of these wands. No other Peruvian vendor makes them. And she also told me, this was confirmed from another Peruvian supplier, that the tourmaline and chrysocolla has run out in the mine. They're not finding any more of it. So what I have is all I'll have until they find more of it. And you guys know I talk about these combo minerals all the time. Sometimes we see it again in 60 days. Sometimes we see it again in 6 months. Sometimes we don't see it for 6 years. Sometimes you won't see it again for 60 years. So this is a very, very rare combo mineral. I know you guys really love this. So if you want these, do not hesitate because I cannot get them again. I do have some flames from another vendor, but the wands I can only get from her, and she's not making them anymore. So these were a very limited run, and I will be keeping one because they're so limited and I don't think I can get them again. I will go see her in Tucson to see if she has more, but this is all she had at Denver. And it was, you guys, trying to find her was so hard. She was like upstairs in the back. I was looking for her for 3 days, and when I finally found her, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found you. And she gave me a big hug. She's like, you found me. I was like, so grateful. Okay, next, I was able to get some of these adorable little pyrite hearts. They have druzy on them. Really good quality pyrite. Here we have another wand. Some of them don't have as much chrysocolla on them. Like this one just has it in small parts, but it still has it, especially in this little vein line here. Oh, these were truly so special. These are, again, collector's pieces. They're hard to come by. So this is fluorite from Peru, which you may or may not have seen. And this has pyrite and galena on it. These are very expensive, you guys, just because they are very rare to get the fluorite in Peru. These are collector's pieces, raw specimens, really fun combo minerals. And the blue fluorite is just stunning. And they were expensive from every vendor across the board. They were all priced quite high, so that's why I only got a few pieces. And the next one is this stunning one. Fluorite is really clear on this one, and the pyrite is ever so sparkly. Super, super stunning pieces. Beautiful little gems. I am so excited. I will try to find more of these. I've seen some of my suppliers who don't go to the show have flats of these, but they are just very expensive. And this size is expensive. The bigger they get, the more expensive they get, but it may be cheaper to buy them outside of the show, but I don't know how limited these are. It seems like they're very limited, and they were a big hot buy at the show. I was handpicking some of these out on day 2, and someone came and bought all of them. So very highly desired at the show. I was lucky to just get a few pieces. Super gorgeous. Here is another one of those beautiful rainbow pyrite specimens. This one just has a little bit of a loose tooth, so if you're interested, it doesn't look like it's gonna fall out, but just note that. These, again, are super, super rare. I only was able to get 2 just because actually that's all she had in this small size. Otherwise, some of the vendors had huge ones that were in the thousands of dollar price range, but this one is incredible. And just for reference, when I say collector's pieces, I mean they're over $100. This one's one of the most beautiful chrysocolla wands, in my opinion. Has a lot of the quartz and chrysocolla. Some of the flames I got also look like this. Really, really beautiful. So just for reference, these are the ones. And then I also found some moons from them. I know I think it was Tucson a few years ago, I showed some big puffy moons, and people were really interested in them, but they were very expensive because they were so heavy. But these are smaller little moons that are much more affordable. So I just picked out a few of the puffy moons. Not all of them had the best shape in my opinion, but these were the cutest. I think I just got 4 moons. Then we have some more ones here. So we have this one with just a little bit of chrysocolla on it. And this one again has just little winks of chrysocolla. So not all of them were able to get the most chrysocolla. You can see there's some scattered throughout here, but I just took every single wand because she only made a limited run. And she's like, if you want them, this might be the last time. So those are the limited run. And then we got one more piece here, which is the other pyrite sphere. It's got 2 of these just because pyrite gets pretty heavy, and these are great for money bowls, so I wanted to pick out a few of the pyrite mini spheres. They are so sparkly in the sun. All right, that is everything from this very first vendor. We'll move on to the next vendor, but we have tourmaline chrysocolla, pyrite, fluorite with pyrite and galena, and then the 2 rainbow pyrite specimens. That is everything from vendor number 1. Let's move on to vendor number 2. And before we move on to the next vendor, I meant to talk about this at the beginning of the video, but it slipped my mind. I think I'm going to release these in collections this time. If you want to get notified of when things go live, please follow me on Instagram, turn on notifications for my stories, because once it's live, I will post that the Peruvian chrysocolla pyrite is live, and then it'll just sell like that. And then the next day, or later even that day, I'll post another collection. So I think that's going to be the plan, just because to try to photograph and release everything at once, it gets really chaotic, it delays the launches, and I want you guys to get these pieces ASAP. So I think we're going to try it like that this time. So this will be collection number 1. It'll all be released together. Please go follow me on Instagram if you really are interested in these pieces and want to know when they go live, because obviously limited quantities. Now moving on to the next collection. Collection number 2 is the Mexican fluorites. So we actually got them from a new vendor this time. Not new to our shop, but new to supplying us with the fluorites, because our other vendor, who normally does, was at a completely different show, and the day I arrived, that show ended, so I wasn't able to meet up with him. So these are from a different vendor who has the same quality and does have some carvings, and he can ship to me outside of the show. So we've got lots of pieces here. And you guys, the Mexican fluorite has gone up in price, just FYI, and the pieces are heavy. So fluorite, unfortunately, because it's so heavy, the price just costs more because these are all priced by weight. So that is the reason why they're going to be more expensive. I didn't focus on getting tiny pieces. I focus on getting the best quality pieces. These will all be listed and priced individually, so you can pick which one resonates with you. And like I said, we can get more of these. So let's kick off with Palmstone number 1. These are the same quality we have carried before, same size, same beauty. This one has some blue and mint on it. Really gorgeous translucency through this one. And these are all very large palm stones. Now I have small hands, but they're very large and they're heavy. This is the next one. And sometimes fluorite photographs a little bit weird with the color. Everything is a little bit more green in person. It is blue, but it's not quite as blue as it shows on screen. So that's palm stone number 2. This one's even larger than the first one. I did only get one buffalo just because I have had them in the past and they didn't really sell as well for me, so I rather would invest in the palm stones. I know those have done better. This one is a beautiful mint seafoam green and very translucent. Tons of rainbows. Look at that big rainbow right there. Oh, and we also got some of these stunning hearts. They had some mini ones and they also had some of these puffier, larger ones. Beautiful though. I love that this one had some yellow in the ombre effect on it. I believe this is the mini buffalo. I like this one because it was very translucent and it had a blue back. He did have a ton of buffaloes, but we were actually running out of time, so I could only grab one. But if you guys truly do want more of these, I can definitely get more. This one is very true to color. Very blue and purple and has tons of rainbows. This is the next one. This one again is showing up very blue on screen. It is truly like a blue green. It's not a pure blue fluorite, and I don't know why the camera shows it so blue, but this one is truly a green fluorite. There's a little bit of blue right here, but I just wanted to let you guys know that before you fall in love with this piece. And I don't like to edit them to be more true to what they are in person, just because that can even throw off the color more, but that's why I'm walking through. This is a green, but it is a blue hued green. It's just not a blue. This is the next one. Beautiful chevron pattern and a beautiful rainbow. Has a little bit of iron right there. Stunning piece. This is the next one. Very translucent. I love this one because of the translucency and clarity. It's a very high quality fluorite. This is truly a perfect seafoam color. Let me move these so you can see them all, because they all do have kind of a different vibe. You can see the blue and the green now pretty clearly. That way you can kind of decide which one you're thinking. I love this one too. Very unique. This one has a lot of purple and blue, and I love the banding throughout this one. Kind of reminds me of dream amethyst in a way. They all have their own personality. And I'm so glad we found another vendor, because I was really having trouble working with my current vendor to get really good fluorite. I think it's not coming out of the mine as much as it used to. And I also found another vendor for some rainbow obsidian who can also ship outside of the show. So even though I do love my original vendor and he still goes to Tucson, I just couldn't make it out to see him in Denver. But I am so glad that there are other vendors who also carry this type of material. This is the other heart. Tons of rainbows. We got some smaller hearts and some bigger hearts. This one truly does have a blue ombre effect. So pretty and translucent. This one, again, really pretty, really translucent, gorgeous piece. And I hate that I found them at the end of the show or the end of the day, because I kind of had to rush to pick stuff out. I probably would have spent another 30 minutes picking stuff out, but I grabbed the best that I could see in the moment in the time we had left. This one is so pretty. And then we have this gorgeous gem. They're all super pretty, super high quality, super high polish. I truly hand-picked every single piece. And then we have one last palm stone with amazing rainbows and clarity. These are all so pretty and so magical. You just really don't see fluorite like this outside of Mexico. So stunning, and they do an amazing job. These are all hand carved and hand polished. That's why the polish is so freaking good. That's why each one looks a little bit different from the next, and that's why they all have their own personality. So that is it for collection number 2, the Mexican fluorite from this vendor. And I absolutely love all of these pieces. The quality is like chef's kiss. Again, we can get more of these, so if you don't get the piece you want, please send me a message on Instagram Instagram or a message on Etsy or a message on my website, and I can definitely get more. If I know you guys want more, I will definitely make that happen. So again, we only have one buffalo. We have a handful of hearts and a handful of palm stones. So let's move on to the next collection. For our next collection, we will be sticking with some crystals from Mexico. Now, this is from a different vendor who I have worked with before, but not for a couple years. So he can custom do many pieces for us. So I tried to grab as much as I possibly could, but if you don't get something, again, please send me a message and I can work on getting some pieces from him. We got a lot from this vendor. This is part of the reason why I want to release this in separate collections, because already this is so many crystals and it would take me a couple weeks to photograph, price, and list everything. And it would be easier if I could just do one collection after another and just kind of release them that way so you guys can get what you want. And we already have people who order multiple orders in a day, in a week. So if you do want an open box to keep adding, we can 100% do that. Just leave a note with your order, say like, keep my box open, and you can just keep adding if you'd prefer to do that, or we'll just automatically ship your order within 7 to 10 business days. So that's, I think, the plan. I'm still kind of feeling like that's the quickest way I can get everything out to you guys. Let's see what we got. So first thing that was super exciting that I've actually never seen before from a Mexican supplier is these beautiful rainbow Shivas. Now you guys know I love rainbow obsidian, and you guys know I love Shivas. So when I saw these, I took every single piece that he had. I love this shape. It's so powerful for those in their feminine energy. And the rainbow obsidian just makes it so special. And I'm glad we have a sunny day so you can see them, though these would be even better in direct sunlight. But Mexico has the best rainbow obsidian, and if you get it from the suppliers from Mexico, they also have the best quality. And I also got some other forms of obsidian, like this beautiful velvet obsidian. It has just a slightly different look to it than the rainbow obsidian. It has more of a feathery, soft, velvety color and texture. This one is blue and a rust color. Next, I also did get some pendants. I normally don't get pendants, but he was like, these are really high grade, which they are. These are very high grade rainbow obsidian. These are higher grade than the Shivas, just to show you the difference. You can see how this one, the color is just so much more poppy and almost like glowy. These are beautiful. So these are pendants. I just got a handful of these. That'll be completely new for us because I've never had pendants before. Got another stunning Shiva here. Some of them didn't have like the most crazy flash, though this one has really cool banding, almost like the premium obsidian. Oh, there she is. There's her flash. This one's super unique. So orange and purple, and then these super cool shadow lines on the side. Really fun. I didn't even look at these, you guys. I just literally grabbed everything he had for Shivas, and then I just took my time. I swear sometimes when I'm picking this stuff out, I black out because I'm so excited, and I just grab because it's they're just so amazing. Oh my god, these pendants. Ooh, the color. He was right. He's like, did you see these? And I was like, no, wow, they're beautiful. So I tried to pick one, this one's purple and blue. Try to pick some different ones. And then I did get some of the, I can't remember if it's premium or platinum obsidian, the striped obsidian. And these are actually really nice palm stones. I love how they're carved. They're a little bit smaller and a little bit thinner. So I grabbed literally all of his palm stones. I almost cleared this man out of all his carvings and palm stones. Beautiful velvet obsidian. Another beautiful velvet obsidian. These are all gonna look and feel very different. Woo, we got this spiderweb obsidian. I know you guys really like these. The palm stones from the other vendor were massive, like the size of the fluorite ones. So these are nice because they're a little bit smaller, a little bit easier if you like to carry palm stones with you. Got another one. Gorgeous. Another striped obsidian. This one has a little bit of kind of a purpley hue to it. I love that they are all the same size. We got another Shiva here. This one is very stripey. And then a beautiful flash. Hopefully the color and everything is showing up on these because my phone screen looks dull. This one has some nice yellow coloring though. This looks like another Shiva. She's got a very bright flash there. Yeah, she's got a very cationic flash versus kind of a widespread flash. So that's a little bit different, just the way the obsidian looks, but it does have some banding and striping here. It's just a little bit harder to see. Got another spider web. I think he said he can do these in Shivas too if you guys are interested. Another velvet, and all the velvet is actually old stock, so it means the mine is no longer producing. So if you guys are interested, we got 2 more beautiful pendants. Wow, fabulous color. Oof, I forgot about her. I love the yellow. You don't really see a lot of yellow to blue obsidian. All right, we got another Shiva here. She's got a great flash on both sides. Wow, yellow to orange. I love he had a lot of yellow obsidian, which is a little bit harder to come by sometimes. Got another platinum. Beautiful. Another platinum. Oh, I love how these look. They're so linear for something so natural. Another one. I grabbed literally all of his ones that had good pattern and color. Looks like another Shiva. I'm trying to keep my fingerprints off of this because I know that can be a little distracting. Gorgeous. Yeah, these are honestly like the best quality. The pendants, they're just like AAA grade obsidian quality. As you can see, the other ones just don't have the same like oomph of color. They're still very good though. He had some freeforms in this. This is like the difference in grade between these and dollars, you guys. Like, luckily these, because they're smart, pretty affordable, but when you get the big obsidian freeforms that I showed in day 1 vlog, they get into the $300, $400, $500 price range wholesale, so they get very expensive. And if you're new, this is actually all natural. So this is just different ways lava cools. Obsidian is actually a glass, so when the lava cools, it can form any of these. It's just some of it is much higher quality than others. I was debating getting one of the huge freeforms. I just didn't because I've had them before and they do sell, but it takes a very specific buyer to understand why they're as expensive as they are. Wow, this one is so pretty with the purple and pink. I think I've had a lot of people question the pricing on these, and it's totally an education thing. So that's why I wanted to even talk about like this quality versus this quality. You can see just how much color and emphasis is on these versus, you know, some of the other ones. And we got one more palm stone, a beautiful velvet. This one's pretty flashy with the yellow. Okay, let's bring all of this into the frame. I'm gonna actually put the pendants together so you can see them. Okay, I think mostly everything is on screen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so glad I found this vendor again to work with. I'm so glad he makes the Shivas and the smaller palms. Really, really fun vendor, and he is able to ship out of the show, so if you don't get something, please message me. And I think I'm actually gonna leave this part here. I think I'm gonna start with launching these 3 collections on 3 different days. I think that'll be the plan, and make sure to go follow us on Instagram if you want the latest updates. I will also be sending out an email so you can sign up for my mailing list on my website. If you go to coldbrewcrystals.com, there's an option to sign up for the mailing there. I will also publish when these are going live there if you don't have an Instagram, but there's really no other way to notify you guys that these are going live. So Instagram, mailing list, and then if you also just hang out on our website, I know I have some people who love to camp on the website. That is also a great way to know too, but I feel like most people know from Instagram, but we will also be emailing out. So no worries if you don't have Instagram. All right, guys, I hope you liked just these 3 collections. Normally I go through a lot more, but I think I want to save the rest for later because this isn't even half of what I brought back in my suitcase, and then we have 4 more flat rate boxes full of stuff. So I just want to start off small and then we'll move on to the next one as soon as these 3 collections publish. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go check out those Denver vlogs. We are also so close to 50K. So if you guys have been enjoying the content, please subscribe to my channel. It's free and it really, really helps me out, and I would love you to the moon and back. We're getting so close. I'm getting super excited. But anyways, I'll stop blabbing. Thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out on Instagram or subscribe on our mailing list to see when all of our new products launch. And I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you liked the first 3 collections from Denver. Love you guys. Bye.